If you're watching this, I desperately need your help.
Make sure you watch this video to the end and let me know, as I have documented every step of this ordeal. It's either Turkish Airlines hates its passengers, hates me, or they're just out to punish and frustrate me. Losing my bag was bad enough, but now it feels like they are punishing me too.
The flight number is TK31 from Istanbul to Atlanta on December the 10th. But the flight is departed at 7:03 p.m. in the afternoon. But it hasn't been arrived yet in Atlanta, so it hasn't been arrived at the airport of Lost and Found office. This is why the agents cannot give you any location information, because it is on the way and there is still time.
The agent said they have a list of bags that are in the manifest. You know, the manifest is prepared and sent before the flight arrives, right? So, in the list of the manifest of the bags that they are expecting, my bag is not there. So who is telling what? Because you're saying it's there and the lady says the bag is not in the manifest.
It's been 2 long weeks since I flew Turkish Airlines and they still haven't delivered my bag. This situation has been a nightmare. It's so frustrating, it's so exhausting and emotionally draining. I have been given conflicting information every time I call their customer service, and I honestly feel like I'm being taken in circles. The confusion started from the very beginning. When I noticed my bag was missing, I immediately reported it. Traveling from Nairobi, I had 2 bags. I only received 1 bag in Atlanta. So before leaving the airport, I went to this place where you can report your missing bag. So I went, there was a lady that was serving at the Turkish Airlines desk. There's other desks as well, this Delta, Aeromexico, there's just different flights, but there was one for Turkish Airlines. So I reported and she asked me, how many bags did you check in? I told her 2. So she had some list or something she was scrolling through. She told me, oh, your bag is among the bags that were offloaded in Istanbul. I was curious. I was like, what would make my bag not, be loaded, or what would make my bag be offloaded? Why me? Because I felt as if it was only my bag, because the other people who were on the same flight as me, they'd already gotten their bags and they'd even left the airport. So she told me that bags can be offloaded for various reasons, including balancing. So I assumed that my bag was offloaded for balancing. The lady told me that the next day I should go back to the airport at 9 p.m. to get it, or wait for it to be delivered by, I think they have a local carrier or FedEx. But since it was a weekend, that meant it might take 2 days to be delivered. Keeping in mind that I wasn't going to be in Atlanta for long, I asked her, what are my options? I'm not going to be in Atlanta for so long. And she told me, oh, well, you can come and get it tomorrow at 9 p.m. So the next day, I went to the airport at 9 p.m. Unfortunately, my bag wasn't there. My bag didn't make it to Atlanta. Again, I was so disappointed. I would have thought that if my bag had been offloaded for balancing, it would be prioritized on the next flight. But that wasn't the case. On the 3rd day, I called the number that I had been given at the Atlanta office, and I was told again my bag was not in the manifest of the bags that they were expecting to receive. And this was the response every time, every other day that I called. I was told, ma'am, your bag is not here. Would love you to get your bag, but unfortunately we don't have it here. So I decided to call the international customer care line, and the lady on the other end, I think Zenith, she told me that my bag was on flight TK31 to Atlanta, and it was going to arrive in the evening, so it was about a couple of hours away. And I was so excited, and I called the Atlanta office and told them I've been told that my bag is on the way on the flight that is landing this evening. They said, hold on. They asked for my name and of course the other details, and then they told me they don't have my bag in the manifest. I was disappointed, and I decided to call back the international customer care line to inform the lady that I have been told that my bag is not in the manifest. As you've seen, I have a recorded conversation, and she insisted that the bag was in the manifest, and even if they don't have it in Atlanta, it's because the bag is on the way, which didn't make sense to me, because as far as I know, like when there's a manifest, it shows all the bags and the people that are arriving or are set to arrive in a certain destination, and airlines always send a manifest even before they take off, so all that information is always sent to the agents at that destination. So it was just conflicting information, and I didn't know what to do at this point.
10th of December 10th, 2024 is the transfer date from Istanbul to Atlanta. I will check in detail. Could you please stay on the line just for a while?
Okay.
Thank you.
What date is today?
The flight number is TK31 from Istanbul to Atlanta on December the 10th. But the flight is departed at 7:03 p.m. in the afternoon. But it hasn't been arrived yet in Atlanta. So it hasn't been arrived at the airport of Lost and Found office. This is why the agents cannot give you any location information, because it is on the way and there is still time.
The agent said they have a list of bags that are in the manifest. You know, the manifest is prepared and sent before the flight arrives, right? So in the list of the manifest of the bags that they are expecting, my bag is not there.
The baggage is loaded in the back in this flight, TK31 flight.
So who is telling what? Because you're saying it's there, and the lady says the bag is not in the manifest because they checked the manifest of the bags that they are expecting. She said it's not there. So what happens? So who's telling what? Like, why is it not in the manifest of the bags that they are expecting here in Atlanta?
Ma'am, I can only give you the information that is in your report. And according to your report, it is transferred to Atlanta with the flight TK31, and that flight is still on the way. It hasn't been arrived yet. This is why the airport cannot share location information with you.
So
they cannot share any information with you about the location. So the luggage is loaded in the flight.
So does that mean if I go today in the evening, in about, right now it's 5:41, the flight lands about 7:55. So does that mean if I go to the airport at 9 p.m. today, I'm going to get the bag?
You can, yes, or it will be delivered to the address you
I'm
gave us in
I'm
your report.
I'm
Or
leaving.
you
I'm
can
leaving.
collect the bag as well.
I'm leaving tomorrow. This is my last night in Atlanta. So if I don't get it, I'm leaving Atlanta tomorrow. So that means I will not receive that bag. I'm not from Atlanta.
No, no problem, ma'am. You can collect the bag yourself as well.
Okay, so I'm going to go there tonight. And what's your name?
My name is Zeynep.
Okay, Zenith. Okay, I'm going to go there this evening and I'll tell them that you said the bag should be there, because I've been told to go to the airport multiple times. I've been told the bag, I'll get my bag, and I go to the airport, I don't get my bag. And it's quite interesting because I know you say you, according to your records it is, but I just came from the airport right now and they said they always get the manifest of what they are receiving. Even before the flight leaves, they get a manifest of the bags and whatever they are receiving. But in the manifest, it's not there. So I don't know who is saying what. You said it is. So I'll go this evening and say Zenith said my bag is there. So they should give me my bag today.
Yes, ma'am. You can collect the baggage yourself from the airport, Atlanta Airport, Los Angeles office.
Okay, second, I've had expenses. I've been spending buying clothes and personal items. How do I get compensated for that? What's your baggage? What's your delayed baggage policy? What's the claim? How do I claim it?
When you Google, please go to Google and search for Turkish Airlines lost baggage form, and there will be sections that you can choose delayed baggage, lost baggage area. Please choose the delayed baggage section, and then the website will guide you, ma'am. On this claim, you can ask for compensation or reimbursement.
Okay, so what's the policy for compensation? What's your compensation policy? What is it? Do you do it per day or do you do it per whatever items I purchased?
Yes, ma'am. For delayed baggage, you can ask for compensation. This is another issue. But in the meantime, you can purchase items in your bag. And then if you send us the receipts of the items you have purchased, and after that, you can be reimbursed for the items you have purchased.
Okay.
But you need to send us the receipt.
Okay.
And in the claim, there are sections that you can upload files. You can send us the receipts or credit card slips as well.
Okay.
Is there anything else you would like to ask for now?
No, that's fine. I hope I will get my bag, because if I don't get it today, I'll be out of Atlanta. I'm not from the US, so I don't know what would happen to that bag.
Yes, ma'am. You will get the luggage today. And the arrival time is 9:30 p.m. 9:30.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome. Thank you very much for calling Airlines from Turkish Airlines. Have a nice day. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Since Zenith had assured me that is the lady at the international customer care who, in my mind, I believed has access to this information, and she said, oh, your bag was loaded on 10th. She asked me my tracking reference number and she told me my bag was loaded on 10th. So I should be expecting that bag on the 10th. So I asked her, should I proceed to the airport and tell them you've told me that you've gone through the records and that you can confirm that my bag is arriving? And she replied to the affirmative. So we just made it to the airport. Going to check on my baggage and talk to staff and see what's happening. It's extremely rainy. The weather is terrible.
Oh my goodness, I've come to this place so many times. I'm just so tired. Let's go see if they have my baggage today.
I was really tired and worn out, and despite being worn out from days of shopping for basic clothes and supplies, I just pushed myself to make that trip to the airport yet again. My feet were aching. My spirit was already low, but I held on to the hope that I'm finally gonna get my bag. So I went to the airport. I got there and waited. My bag wasn't there. It wasn't on that flight TK31 that Zenith had assured me that my bag was there. I was devastated. I actually broke down crying at the airport. This was about my fourth trip to the airport, and every single time I left with nothing but disappointment. A few days later, they changed the story again, this time claiming that my bag hadn't even left Kenya. Can you imagine that? They promised that they'd request for it to be shipped to Atlanta within 2 days. I waited, but 2 days turned into weeks. No updates, no bag, nothing. I've done everything they've asked. I've made endless calls. I've taken multiple trips to the airport and spent so much money on fuel or gas. I've wasted my precious time that I could have spent working, not to mention the anxiety and disappointment that comes from all these empty promises. I've had to buy clothes and supplies on short notice, which has been incredibly expensive, especially on such a season that prices are hiked. It's exhausting walking through malls with sore feet, wasting time and money on something that wasn't my fault to begin with. I understand airlines can misplace baggage and mistakes can happen, but Turkish Airlines' complete lack of communication and the way they've sent me back and forth to the airport with empty fake promises has really taken a toll on me. If you have been following my journey, you know how much this trip meant to me. It wasn't just any trip, it was my relocation trip. But this experience has turned to a heartbreaking ordeal. My missing bag wasn't just luggage, it carried pieces of my life. My favorite memories and sentimental items that I'd hoped to hold on to into my new, home. And to think that this was actually the first time I checked in 2 bags. And unfortunately, I've always had one AirTag. The bag that made it to Atlanta, your guess is good as mine, is the only bag that had the AirTag tracker. The other, it's like a piece of me just vanished, and the silence from Turkish Airlines deepens the pain. I never imagined that something as simple as a bag would overshadow such an important moment of my life. I'm afraid they'll ignore me and I'll never get my bag back or receive any compensation for all the items I've had to purchase and the time that I have lost. I have seen comments that I should carry extra clothing on my carry-on, but as a content creator, my carry-on is already packed with cameras and content gear, and we all know there's weight limit to carry-ons as well. You know, being electronics, they are quite heavy, so I really never get to carry any clothes or personal stuff as such on my carry-on. I really need your help to hold Turkish Airlines accountable. Please share this video, tag them, and help me get their attention. It's 2 weeks later. I already left Atlanta and I'm still left with no answers, update, and no resolution. I'm asking Turkish Airlines to do the right thing, deliver my bag, and compensate me for this nightmare. If you're watching this, please help me make my voice be heard. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Who am I talking to?
Yes. My name is Dennis.
Okay, Zenith. I'm
Yeah.
calling in regards to my, I don't know, lost or delayed baggage. I reached out to you last time. You told me my baggage was on Turkish Airlines TK31 to Atlanta, and they told me it was not in the manifest. And I went to the airport. They said they don't have my bag. I called you on 10th. That was on 10th. You told me it was on the flight on, was it on 9th or 10th of December? You told me that it's from your records it had been loaded on the way to Atlanta.
Okay, about this lost baggage, did you get any report at the airport? Do you have any claim number?
Yes, I was given a claim number, and in fact, I was given. You want the claim number?
Okay, can you tell me the claim number, please?
Let me check the claim number. Sorry?
Your transaction is not complete yet. I mean, our relevant department, they didn't complete your issue yet. They are searching your baggage. There is no updating about your file.
Oh, but how come last time you told me that my bag was on the way to Atlanta?
Yeah. Did you get this information from airport or with call center?
Airport. I literally went to the airport. First, I called them. They said it wasn't in the manifest. Then second, I went to the airport that day and the next day. And I was traveling out of Atlanta. And I went there and they told me like they don't have my baggage at all. And what's so confusing for me is when I first noticed my bag was missing, immediately I arrived. I went to report and I was told that my bag had been offloaded in Istanbul. The lady who was there went through like some sort of list and said, oh, I see your bag was offloaded in Istanbul. I asked her, I said, bags can be offloaded for various reasons. It could be like balancing or something like that, but come tomorrow before 9 p.m., you're gonna get your bag. I went there the next day at 9 p.m. My bag was not there. And then I called the following day. I called again. It didn't come with the other flight. Then after about 2 days, I was told that my bag wasn't boarded from Nairobi. Like it was never loaded from Nairobi. And they'd made a request. They made a request for the bag to be shipped. And I should wait about 2 days. Then I waited and then I went back. My bag was still not there. And the lady told me they've told their supervisor to make the request for the bag again. So I don't understand what's going on and why I keep getting the conflicting information.
Yeah, I understood, ma'am, your this situation, but actually, according to our system, we can provide information. And when I check your file, for now there is no updating. But if you get information at the airport about your lost baggage, you can contact with airport lost and found office for about your baggage location.
I went to the Turkish Airlines at the airport. I've gone there several times, and every time I go there, it's just a long journey, and you know, having to pull gas every time, like it's a big inconvenience. And then I left Atlanta because I was supposed to be. I was only in Atlanta for a few days, so I already left Atlanta. So I don't know how to proceed or where to proceed or where to go. So I really don't know what to do at this point. And then I mean, I've had to do a lot of shopping. I needed clothes because my entire clothes, everything was in that bag. I've had to shop a lot, and nobody's talking about like compensation or anything like that. How do I get compensated for these expenses I've had to incur?
Actually, if you wish, on my system, I can explain your situation, and I can put your urgency for our relevant department contact with you as soon as possible.
And
otherwise, about yeah,
I want to know, how do I go about claiming? I mean, according to there's you obviously have a compensation policy for delayed baggage and lost baggage. At this point, for the number of days, it's now 2 weeks without my bag. At this point, I should be compensated, right?
Ma'am, if you need to purchase something like your urgency item, if you purchase it, please do not lose your invoice, because on the Turkish Airlines website for the compensation, you need to upload this documentation. You need to upload these prices.
Okay, so on the initial, I already filed a claim and I'm unable to update because for 2 weeks, you're not just going to buy the basics. For 2 weeks, you will need clothing. You will need just more than the basic things. It's 2 weeks. You can't be surviving on those things for just, you know, like the basic items that you can wait for 48 hours until your baggage arrives. It's 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, you will need really proper clothing. You're not going to just buy like emergency stuff. You're going to need proper clothing. So I have shopped and I'm unable to update the receipts on the website because I'd already filed for the claim. I'd already filed the claim. The only thing I was able to put on the website is the content of what was in the bag and the pricing, but I'd not uploaded because I was hoping like by the time I filed it, I'd really not done much shopping. I was hoping like my bag, and also it was about the time you told me my bag was on flight to Atlanta. So at that time, I'd not like really done shopping, but after that, realizing that I'm leaving Atlanta and I don't have anything, so I had to like really shop and get clothes, and you know, because of the weather, to just also ensure I stay healthy. And I'm unable to upload the receipts of the things that I keep buying. I'm unable to do that on the website because I already filed for it as I was waiting, because I was told to file on the website, so I filed as I was waiting. I didn't know it would take this long. So how do I go about it? I have the receipts, but I'm unable to put them on the website.
Yeah, I understood, ma'am, but we are a call center. We can put your urgency and we can explain your situation. The other transaction is belong to our relevant department. When they check your file for the compensation and they can find your baggage, they will care about it, not call center. That's why if you need it, you can contact with the airport about your lost baggage. And for the compensation, on the Turkish Airlines website, you will upload this price, that is you purchased something. You need to upload these invoices for our relevant department. I will wait for you.
Okay, then I'll communicate that I'm unable to upload. I keep uploading them, but the website doesn't take my receipts. That's the problem. I'm trying to upload these receipts, but they are not going through, because when I try to do, they say the claim or the file is already on the site, so I'm unable to claim, I'm unable to upload or update. That's the biggest problem. I'm unable to upload these receipts of the things that I'm purchasing.
Okay, sir. Okay, ma'am. I understood on my system. I already put your urgency for they can contact with you as soon as possible. And for now, you need to waiting for our relevant department check your file.
All right. I hope that's clear, that I've communicated that I'm not able to upload, so that at the end of the day, no one is gonna claim that I never uploaded the receipt. Yet I've already informed you that according to your website, I'm unable to upload it. I've tried uploading the receipts, they're not working. So I hope it later on when I'll seek my compensation is not going to be like, oh, you didn't upload receipts or anything. It's your website.
If you cannot upload to something, you can write your information about the situation, and also when after you get the tracking number, when you continue, you can upload the documentation. But first, we try to get the tracking number.
Okay.
Okay, is there anything else that can help you?
No, I just hope someone communicates, because for 2 weeks nobody is calling me or updating me. I don't know what's happening. No one is saying anything. Like I feel ignored. I feel ignored. It's as if like nothing happened. Nobody seems to care. No updates on the website. Nothing. No, like no mention of claim. No nothing. Like I just feel like you guys are ignoring me, and you're not, like, I don't know, it's just so frustrating.
Yeah, I understand, ma'am. For you, I do my best, and our relevant department, they will check for you, and is there any update? Think that you will get information. They will help you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for choosing Turkish Airlines for silence, ma'am. Have a nice day.
Okay, thank you, Zani.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's so long for the baggage. Please contact with the passenger as soon as possible. Do you have your email? Also, I put again your number. I said that please call the passenger directly. They will contact with you by email, also by phone.
Okay, I have a question. I had spoken earlier with someone called Zenith, and she had told me that there's a day that my bag was on flight TK31 to Atlanta on 10th, and I went to the airport, it wasn't there, and when I spoke to her again, she mentioned something about checking on the lost and found baggage at the airport. So are you able to tell the status of my bag? Because at one point I was told it didn't leave Kenya. At the other time I was told that it was still in Istanbul. Are you able to know exactly where my bag is? Is it in Kenya? Did it ever make to Istanbul or what?
I checked for you, but we don't have any exact information where is the baggage. There is no any information on the system yet for that.
From the first day, the second day, you couldn't, you don't know if it ever left Kenya?
No, we don't have any information about it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, with pleasure. Thanks for calling Turkish Airlines Australia, ma'am. Have a great day.
All right, thank you.
Goodbye.